listen to the podcast.
Well, thanks again, Kim. It's been quite a interesting last few weeks here at 505ST in our city, our county, our nation, our state. We've all been going through this. Really, this started right before the end of spring break. About Wednesday, we started receiving notices from state and local and federal officials that this virus was spreading. And as a school district, we may need to make plans. And so we had a meeting the Thursday night of spring break and decided on an abundance of caution to close down the schools for the following week, to clean the schools and just wait for a response from our authorities. That was definitely the right decision. We took that action on a Thursday night, and many districts subsequently followed that decision after we did. Soon after, the governor came out and closed schools the following Thursday until Friday, April 3rd, which will be a week from today, actually. And as of last night, we're still waiting to see what the governor's going to do in response to that. We believe he's going to extend it. I know we have a county and a city order as well. We've gone through quite a transition in the last 7 or 8 days. Just
That is what part of Dr. Freeman said to me. He is trying to do his best. Now, I listened to the podcast this morning. All of it, not part of it. I listened to most of the podcast. He said in part, this is what he discussed in the podcast. He discussed about, learning schools. And this is what got my attention about graduation. He said he doesn't know. He said, I don't know the details about saying this. We will graduate as seniors. I don't know how am I going to do it, but I don't know where it's going to do it. Somewhere to look like. The pots for your graduation take place. This is how it would take place. The high school auditorium, split it up, 20 hours, because we will have to be any less than 10 at a time, but we will have graduation at the high school this year. I can promise you that. I don't know when, where, how, we will make it happen. Our kids deserve that.
We'll have some guidance from.
So if you guys want to listen to the full podcast, I'll leave the link in the description. So again, welcome to the show now. Today we're going to continue to discuss the coronavirus. And the very latest, this is the very latest from Dr. David Freeman, who's superintendent for our block, who said he has a plan for graduation. As a matter of fact, when I heard his plan, I was like, I'm all up for this plan. To see it's going to take place, more than 10 people, because if I find that he's violating the order, like this next time we're going to do in a second, like this next topic we're going to talk about in a minute, it would be in violation of that order. So with that being said, let's talk about the pastor. This pastor at a church in Rockport, who was very consistent with the guidelines, like more than 10 people. Well, last time there was a live stream of that church, and he had more than 10 people on Sunday. The sheriff came in, and then he wanted to confront him, and then he didn't want to do this. He started saying, well, we got to bring in more people, we can't do church from home. Still, I agree. I'm not going to antagonize pastors. They do a great job with their services. But they also have to understand that they have to follow the guidelines. If not, then you can be arrested for violation of the order. It's that simple. So, right now, after hearing this, I thought, he's like, well, I'm going to do everything he can, he's doing everything he can in his power. That just goes to show you that if you want to have a church to stay open, then you have to follow these guidelines. No more than 10 people. He had more than 10 people. He had more than 10 people. And that day, on Sunday, he didn't follow the guidelines. The sheriff was helping him, but he didn't realize that the order was still in place. Why couldn't he, like any of us, say, if there was 15 people, take 5 of them out, there was 20, take 10 of them out, leave 10. And then done. It's not rocket science. Okay. I don't have allergies. Okay. I'm gonna, like I said, this may take me a while. I mean, and even, all schools are shutting down. Now let's get into the school closures. Governor Greg Abbott decided to shut down schools for another month. Another month. May 4th. We were having to wait till Friday, but he said, nope, we're going to extend it till April, we're going to extend it till May 3rd, May 4th. It's like, what do you know is going to be on a Star Wars day? May the 4th be with you. I guess the government was like a Star Wars fan. If he's a Star Wars fan, then that could be a good reason, but to some others, it ain't a good reason. And everyone's doing everything they can to help out with this virus. I am trying my best, but everyone's just found for unemployment because no jobs are staying closed except for mine because we're trying our best. We drive-through still open, but the dining room's still closed. We'll talk about and the diocese is suspending no mass orders until it's effective. You can't have no more than 10 people. This pastor violated the rule, and then he's like, okay, we're going to close all services, and then just do it through social media. It doesn't matter. Alright. Later on, we're going to be talking about this hotline that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this hotline. We're going to talk about the hotline about the coronavirus that can really help you, if your jobs are at line. But first, when we come back, yesterday was the 25th anniversary of Selena's death. I'm going to give you the very latest and an update show about the case, about those shoes, to give you a recap of that case, along with the blood on the shoes and the other evidence that was put in place, and why they did not request a trial. We'll be right back. Yesterday marked the 25th anniversary of when Selena Quintanilla died at the hands of Yona Sanavar. And weeks ago, and months ago, we did extensive Give Me a Break into the Selena case. We had the shoes. There was the shoes in there. The Quintanilla family Yolanda was requesting a trial, but they declined. And and it was in the shoes. For those of you who did not tune in to that show, I'm going to give you the very latest right now. I mean, there was a latest case in this with the shoes and stuff, the blood on the shoes. I mean, that happened when she was in a Corpus Christi hotel, at the Days Inn Hotel. And then, what happened in the events that night, I mean, if you watched the 2020 segment with Yolanda Steiner interviewing, with Deborah Roberts interviewing Yolanda Steiner for her 2020, then you would understand what I'm talking about. I mean, the whole different events of that story was like, she bought the gun. She was like this. I'm not actually doing this, but she was like holding on to the knee, like doing this table right here, like, and then she pulled the safety back, and I asked to do it, and then she was like, "Don't close the door," and then the closet door right here would be this would be Selena. The closet door would be the door to the exit. Like, don't close the door, and then boom, the gun went off. Why did it hit her? Because she was trying to point it at herself. I mean, and now if you didn't, and now she said she wanted to request a new trial, but that never happened. I mean, without the possibility of parole, the jurors would not be able to hear her side of the story. Like, it wasn't like an accident or something. But I wasn't around when this happened. I was still in the room. I was still in the TMI. I'm not even going to say the W word because it's too much information and no one needs to know. I wasn't even born. And now, years later, there was a case. The case that happened ever since with the shoes. There was a case that, and now Rudy Trevino of Channel 3 decided to have a close look into the case where there was all the shoes and stuff. If that was going to be in the new trial, they would have fleed Yolanda Saldivar. But no, she is going to be spending life in prison. And mind you, this 5-minute report, I mean, when I watched this report, I thought that, as a matter of fact, this case, if the evidence would have been played into the trial 25 years ago, that would have cleared Yolanda Saldivar, and then she would have been guilty of murder. She would have been not guilty. She would have been guilty of murder and charged, not charged. The case would have been dropped, and then we go all live hallelujah. So that's the very latest in the Selena case. When we come back, more about the coronavirus. Even that hotline number that I talked to you about earlier. We're going to talk about that when we come back. Going back to the coronavirus topic, there is a phone number, there is a hotline about this coronavirus that can help you understand, if whether or not your jobs can still be on the line. As soon as I can remember, as soon as this thing loads, I could probably show the viewers to give me a break.
The Nueces County Coronavirus Hotline and
Good morning, Nueces County. How may I help you?
Now, when you call, there are two options. Ask a question about Nueces County's stay-at-home order, or ask a question about the...
So we're going to call this number right now so I can show the viewers, because it's probably going to end in about 7 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this number so I can show you call this number right now so I can show the viewers at home about this number. You can like call if you're.
Nueces County Public Health District at 361-826-7200. If you have any questions about how the stay-at-home order affects you or your business, press 1. If you have any questions, wait while I transfer your call.
So what we're gonna do here is we're going to show you the viewers at home about how this works. Hopefully they pick up. That's not gonna work. We're probably gonna do it. We're probably gonna do it on Friday instead. I can show you, but there is a fun one on the line. You can like ask questions. I mean, just listen.
Nueces home order or county stay-at-home order about Nueces County about Nueces. Call, there are two options. Ask a question about Nueces County stay-at-home order or ask a question about the Nueces County Courthouse or county services. There's the phone number on your screen, 361-414-6000. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 in the afternoon.
We're gonna do that tomorrow as early as possible before this deadline is because we can't because we're at like 7 minutes left. If we were to try to do this, then it'd be impossible. They're trying. The phones are down. It's 5 minutes left. And if we were to do it right now, it'd end at 5 o'clock. So we're gonna do it on Friday. Look for that. All right. Next here, putting soap in a child's off the coronavirus topic. Next, putting soap in a child's mouth. It sounds disgusting and a form of child abuse, even at private schools. Look at what happened to a video about a private school student eating soap when we come back. When I was a kid, if you did something wrong, you get your ass beat. If you were to cuss, then you get soap in the mouth. Take a look at this kid that ran into me yesterday. I was watching this all night and it was funny. And 5 months ago, the Boy family, Jules' mother, put vinegar down the throat to stop cussing. So when this video plays, I'm going to show you.
We doing some straight bitch shit for real.
Whoa, what the hell? What?
This is just like one of the videos that the Turners have like some skits on. We'll put the video link in the description below, along with the podcast. Dr. Beeman's podcast. But in it, he's like saying one word, then it's like, get your tail in here and open your mouth. Open your mouth, boy. Nail your ass to the wall, and it's like, woo, woo, woo. This goes all the way back to the hot sauce mom. That person was on Dr. Republic in 2010 was charged with child abuse after the parents of Dr. Phil, where she showed a video about her son to drink hot sauce for lying. I mean, back in the day, back in some episodes, I talked to you about if you were to get in trouble for swearing. I mean, just say don't use corporal punishment. Corporal punishment is wrong. I mean, abusive relationships can happen. I mean, you're teaching kids it's okay to hit. Alright, we got this to load. Take a look. This is really funny.
You be on some straight bitch shit for real.
Whoa, what the hell? What the hell you just say, Junior?
Yeah.
Huh? What you just say?
No, I ain't say that, nigga. That was Uncle Ernest.
Man, don't you tell that motherfucking lie on me, Junior. I ain't said a motherfucking thing, man. Your motherfucking ass in here cussing. You said bitch, and I heard you did, mother blind ass motherfucker. Let's go. Get your disrespectful ass here. I'm getting enough of that shit, man. We gonna have this on the board tonight, goddammit. Open your mouth. Open your motherfucking mouth. I'm gonna knock your ass through this fucking wall. Now, sit that there for a minute.
You gotta learn.
You gonna get rid of that old nasty ass shit in your mouth. Now, you ain't gonna blame that shit on me. Don't cut your eyes up at me, old beady-eyed ass boy.
Take that. It should not be allowed because it is child abuse. I mean, it's toxic. It's toxic. I mean, it has bacteria in it. If you swear, if you see your child swear, just put him in timeout. That should help him out. Don't put soap in the mouth, hot sauce in the mouth, otherwise you're going to be arrested with child abuse. I mean, she lied and she puts the soap in the mouth, and it's like, yeah. Everybody's honest with that. I mean, even this private school, this video, which was 3 months ago in December, was about some students who had, for cussing, soap in the mouth. That's the same thing. I mean, that's in the private school. That is just abusive for students. Unacceptable. We can't have this happen. We're trying to educate young people, and you're sitting there going, open your mouth, and you go like, you go like, you go like that. Let's not have this happen anymore. We can't have this anymore. We can't be abusing our kids. We have to teach children that it's not okay to cuss. Don't be showing the violent TV shows at a young age. Don't make them playing M-rated games at a young age. I talked about this before on several shows, but no one gives a damn. They rather just do parenting in their own ways. Or when we come back here, texting in class. It's a very serious issue. I was going to talk about it on Monday, but other things happened in mine because of this coronavirus, but we're doing it right now. We'll be right back. Finally this afternoon, texting in class. This is a very, very serious issue, and I want to get on topic right now because nobody understands. I mean, with school out, I thought I was just going to go off the off school topics like texting in class. I mean, it's still going to be about education, but it is a very serious issue. I mean, seriously, texting in class, it is wrong. It's a distraction to the educational. It's wrong. It's a distraction to the educational process. Plus, if you do it, your phone's going to get taken away. You won't get it back to the end of the day. So, bottom line here is this: don't be texting in class. For PSA videos, I'll put the link in the description below because it's an eye opener for parents and for students. Watch them with your child, and they'll understand it's not okay texting class. If you text in class, you're going to be in a lot of serious trouble here. Phone taken away, $15. Like that. Well, that's it for now. That's giving me a break for this Wednesday. Tomorrow, on tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about the coronavirus hotline and show you people. We're going to show you. We're going to show you what can happen. I mean, what can happen if you call that number. I know you see it on channel 6 or channel 10. We're going to show you here in the show about what that hotline means, what kind of questions can you ask. Like I'm going to ask a question about this curfew, and then we're going to give you a straight answer for here in South Texas. It's our report to give me a break. I'll see you guys Friday. Have a great night. And stay indoors.